back to Bookish.Taylor. I am Taylor, and today I'm here to bring you the My Pleasure book tag. I was tagged in this by Jennifer at Ifers Inklings. I will have her link down below, as well as the original creator of this tag, and I will also have Jen's video down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in. Question number 1 is think. A book that made you think hard. I'm going to have to go with The Serpent King by Jeff Zettner. If you don't know about this, this follows 3 high school students who are in their senior year, and they live in the South where religion is a huge thing, and one of the characters is actually the son of a priest who has been sent to prison for something. This book just really, it makes you think about how just religion in general can play a huge part for a lot of people. While it doesn't play a huge part in my life, it played a very huge part in like small towns and just the way that a lot of people live their lives. And this really opened my eyes because I haven't really experienced a whole lot of stuff like this. I live in the Midwest and come from a relatively open family when it comes to religion. It was really different to see how teenagers in a small town are expected to do certain things, and when they are different from the norm, they really kind of get shunned. Number 2 is Love, and that is a book that broke or mended your heart. I actually went with a book that did both. That is going to be A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not going to go too much into what this book is about because it is the second in the series, but when I first read this, I was totally a Tamlin fan. I hated Rhysand, so it broke my heart when Farah left and got taken by Rhysand, which is what happens at the beginning of this book. But by the famous chapter in the cabin with Rhysand and Feyre, and before then, I was totally a Rhysand fan, so it completely mended my heart, and just their relationship in general is fantastic, and this book is so good. Oh, I love it so much. But yeah, this book completely broke me and then mended me and broke me again and then mended me again. This is one of the best books that I have ever read. Question number 3 is Eat, a book that nourishes you. This is one of my favorite books of all time. Like, when people ask me what's your favorite book, this is my favorite contemporary book, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is me personified in a book. It is fantastic. If you don't know anything about Fangirl, it follows a girl by the name of Kath and her twin sister Ren as they go to college. Kath is a huge fan of Simon Snow. Simon Snow is our Harry Potter, so she's a huge fan, and she actually writes fan fiction, and this book just feeds my soul whenever I need a pick-me-up. Number 4 is Laugh, and this is a book that provides a little bit of comic relief. And I'm gonna go with Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This book unintentionally was funny to me. This whole book is so good. Follows a 16-year-old by the name of Simon, and he is a closeted gay teenager in Georgia at his high school. He ends up discovering that there is another gay student, and they exchange emails, and he only knows this other person by his code name, which is Blue, and they end up getting found out, and the emails are kind of backfire, and Simon gets blackmailed, and he just has to help the class clown get the girl, and it just follows that and just follows Simon as he journeys through his life, and it is so good. Number 5 is Sex, and this is a book that explores or contains sexuality that does not make you cringe. And I'm gonna have to go with Losing It by Cora Carmack. I read this in December of last year. Yeah, and I did not intend to enjoy this as much as I did. It follows a college student by the name of Bliss, and she is a virgin, and she's just kind of on the, I want to say on the attack, but it's her mission to kind of lose her virginity before she graduates college. And she ends up falling for this dreamy guy, Garrick, and it just follows her and her journey as she's trying to come into her own skin when she is graduating college and just trying to shed that, how she kind of puts it, that burden of virginity. And it's really good, and I connect with Bliss in such a way that I didn't expect to. Number 6 is Rest, and this is a book that gave you peace, reflection, or calms you down. And while the story itself is not very calming because it's very like a lot happens, but the writing style is just so beautiful that it kind of has this calming effect on me, and that is the Shatter Me series by Tehra Mafi. Her writing is incredibly beautiful. It's very lyrical, and it's just, she's one of my favorite authors because of her writing style. And lastly, number 7 is Experience, a book that introduced you to something new. And I'm gonna go with I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Margaret Gu. It didn't really introduce me to K-dramas, but it really introduced me to how popular it is, because I knew that it was a thing, but I didn't think it was that much of a thing, where it follows a young girl by the name of Desi Lee, and she kind of follows the mentality of K-dramas and the K-drama like love life and romantics in order to fall in love. It really did open my eyes. So that is going to be the My Pleasure book tag. The questions and the people that I tag are going to be down below. I'm going to be reaching out on Twitter and letting you know. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!